Hello, beautiful beings of love and light. It is February, what day is it? It's February 9th already, Wednesday, February 9th. And I'm Lisa Clayton of lisaaclayton.com, spiritual leader, angel alchemist, founder of the Inner Leader Movement. Oh my gosh, I have so many titles. Author, but there is one important title I wanted to share with you today, and that is the mama of this beautiful intuitive spirit that is by my side doing readings, intuitive readings every single day, and guiding me in as a nature spirit being. Oh, last night she needed to go out, and it was late. It was probably 11:30, and I'm like, oh, really? So I get dressed. We go outside. I live on a second floor condo, so we have to go out. And there was this beautiful moon and all the stars in the sky. And we connect with that, didn't we, Indigo? We had a little meditation and gratitude ceremony. So this is my sidekick. Well, actually, she's just my partner in my intuitive work. And we bring forth every single week a wisdom within mantra that is downloaded from our cosmic collective team of angels, spirit guides, my ancestors in light, all coming together, assessing the energy and consciousness of the earth, and then bringing forth guidance and wisdom to help us navigate through this time that we are here. I know we signed up to be here at this time. And so, what are we contributing? What are we, how are we listening to our heart, and how are we following our soul's blueprint? So that's what the inner leader movement is all about. And I started the inner leader movement as a co-creation with downloads from my angel team. I've been getting downloads from the angels for years, decades now. And I have contributions in different books. 365 Days of Angel Prayer books are all downloads and messages and guidance I got from the angels that were published in this book. And they don't stop. Okay. It's not like they just come randomly every day when we focus upon our heart's intuitive intelligence and our soul's wisdom, and we open up to receive these divine messages only from the angels, but from our higher self. Our higher self knows us better than anyone. You know, that our higher self is that aspect of our souls that are that is bringing forth the information of eternity that we have traveled with in our souls. So it's just a beautiful time to keep focused on our heart's intuitive intelligence and our soul's wisdom to navigate through these times. And that's what we do in the inner leader movement. We focus on the above resources, the within, how to keep ourselves calm, at peace, at ease, so that we can receive the messages and the guidance and really tune in and listen to our intuition. And then from earth below, as a nature spirit being, as Indigo has taught me, look, mom, you're no different than me. You're just in a different form. Okay. So connect with nature. Look at the sky at night. Connect with the moon, the stars. Go for more walks in nature. Honor the rituals of seasonal changes. We got spring equinox coming up. We had a big, huge portal open up last week in 2022. And we have another one coming up on the 22nd of February. So honoring these different portals where we can access higher frequencies of energy and consciousness so that we can navigate through this world by being the love, by being the light that we are. And what does that require? And that requires tuning in. And this is the wisdom within mantra that came from the Cosmic Collective. They asked to be named the Cosmic Collective because it's not only angels, it's spirit guides, it's our ancestors. My father, who is in light form, my biological earth father, who's in light form, comes to me every day. My grandmothers, my grandfathers, all these beautiful wisdom masters that are now in light bring forth these beautiful messages every single day in guiding us through this time on earth. So today's wisdom within mantra is a beautiful one. I love this visual. Yeah, isn't it beautiful? So, courage comes from higher heart consciousness. Become a bold and brave sacred heart warrior. Change obsolete, non growth habits of mind control. This one has a lot of layers to it and a lot of multi-dimensional frequencies. So I'm just going to tune into just a couple with you. I give the downloads really detailed guidance and information on our Patreon page. We have an inner leader movement community on Patreon. So be sure to check that out. And it's at Lisa A. Clayton at Patreon, and it says I'm creating the inner leader movement, but it's really our community is creating the inner leader movement that we have going. So Indigo, why did the printer decided to start cleaning itself during our presentation here today? But we won't let that distract us. So I want to just talk a little bit about courage, because the word courage comes from heart, right here in our heart. It is from the derivative of coeur, which I believe is French for the heart. And the higher heart consciousness is what we teach in the inner leader movement. How do you access that? But what I really wanted to focus on today was being that bold and brave sacred heart warrior. And I want to share with you a quote that comes from Dorothy Thompson. I don't know if you know who Dorothy Thompson is, but I'm going to share with you who she is. One of her most famous quotes is, "Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live." So she's one of the most famous and fearless American journalists of the 20th century. She was an early advocate of women's suffrage, and she later used her observations to write stories about what was happening in Germany in the 1930s and the rise of what was happening with the Nazis. Her courage in telling these stories, these important stories at the time when she was a journalist, serves as a beacon of light for the rest of us. So the main point of this beautiful quote, "Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live." When we get past that fear, our experience of life expands, and that's what this third this third line of the wisdom within mantra is asking us to do. Change the obsolete, non-growth. Are you growing through fear? Are What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of the virus? Are you afraid of death? Are you afraid of moving forward in this life with not really knowing what the plan is? What are your greatest fears? And when you recognize what those fears are, when you start tuning in to your heart and the higher heart consciousness, that's when you isn't just a feeling, it's a life force. It gets us connected to our higher selves. It gives us that meaning to move forward and move through the fear. And there are fears every single day that are streaming in for us. And this pandemic gave us the amplification of all fears: the fear of death, the fear of getting sick, the fear of being with other people, the fear of loving. That's what I feel is all boiled down with this pandemic: is, do we really love ourselves? And do we have the non-fear to courageously change habits that we have, routines that we have, the comfortability that we have to move forward in love, in light? Do we really love ourselves? If you don't love yourself, you can't love others fully. You have conditions around that. You make up and project your fears upon them so that you feel more grounded in your being when it's really grounded in fear. So open up to the higher heart consciousness of love and light, and be the love and light that you came here to be. Be a courageous warrior, change your habits. If you've got physical ailments, you can heal yourself by really, and that's what we're working on in the inner leader movement right now, is really recognizing this power to heal ourselves, to build our immunity systems. But it's beyond immunity systems. It's beyond the power. It goes beyond this mind control that keeps us stuck, keeps us believing stories about ourselves. Oh, I have this condition because my mother had it. That's not true. You have this condition because this is what you manifested in your life, because you believed the story that you were going to have this condition. That's a whole nother teaching that we have in inner leader movement, is what are the stories that you have bought into that are not true, or that maybe there is a thread of truth to them, but you can always change that through the power of love and light. So I never believe those stories that get fed to me. I had one that I was a very sick child, a baby. I almost died. I actually, they thought I was dead at one time. Um, Perhaps that's when I really connected with the angels and they brought me back into my body. I don't remember. I was just an infant, newborn. But I have these stories that my parents told me that I, almost died twice, and I was revived, and then I was sick the entire time. I had measles, I had mumps, I had every single disease. In fact, I missed so many days in first grade that they were going to hold me back. However, I was able to pass every test, and I moved on. But there was a story that I got told very young. You have a weak immunity system. You are always going to be sick. You're always going to catch everything. And I cancel, clear, delete that story as I matured as my spiritual maturity um, expanded. My connection with my higher self, my belief in my heart's intuitive intelligence, the use of heart math tools and techniques to reduce stress and to increase resiliency and coherence within not only my physical body, but my mental body, my emotional body, my spiritual body. And if you haven't checked out Heart Math's tools and techniques, they're one of the most powerful set of tools and techniques you can add to your life toolbox to reduce stress, to reduce cortisol in your body so that you can tap into DHEA, which is the vitality hormone. And I have I'm a licensed coach and certified trainer for Heart Math, and that's where we start. If you join in on the inner leader movement, I always start with, first, let's fill your toolbox with tools that will help you reduce your stress, increase your resiliency and coherence. Then you can open up to receive from your higher self the messages. You can't receive messages if you're stressed out and if you are functioning in fear. Fear is one of the biggest blockage. So this courage coming from the higher heart consciousness becomes this beautiful activation of you becoming this bold, brave. You're sacred. You came from creator of origin. You have a sacredness to your heart, to your being, to your light, to your soul. Honor that sacredness and change those habits that you're in that are not fueling your growth. If you're not growing, as Dorothy Thompson said, you're not living. If you're functioning in fear, you're not living. So Indigo loves to choose the angel cards. Yay! It's time to call in the angels, Indigo. Do you see them up there? Where are they? Are they up by the lotus? There they come. Call them in. You know how to do this. And what Indigo does is she puts her beautiful paw energy. As soon as I get her wrapped around me here. Ready, Indigo? Let's go. Okay, here we go. Gonna put your paws on the angel cards. I use these beautiful oracles from Ingrid, my friend in Austria, who is a brilliant angel practitioner and channels in these light language symbols through the angels. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Indigo. Okay, so Indigo's beautiful energy are, and these go, woo, and here comes Archangel Zacchael. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. This is all about love. This is all about the power of your self-loving yourself. A 44, which is a very powerful angel number. Let me go to Kyle Gray's Angel Numerology. I love this book. I use it all the time. 44, your guardian angel is wrapping you in a cloak of loving protection. You are safe. Yes, call in your guardian angels. We all have them. They assisted us in the birth process and are assisting us all through life, and they will assist us in the death process in helping us cross over. So, Archangel Shammel is saying, with your help, I learned to love unconditionally. And the first step in loving is you're loving yourself unconditionally, connecting with your higher self, all of your guides, your beautiful heart's intuitive intelligence, your soul's knowing, connecting with the earth, its nature spirits, uh, trees, flowers, plants, rivers, streams, oceans, sun, blue skies, clouds, rain, whatever Mother Gaia offers us. We can learn to love unconditionally through those beautiful resources. Wait, oh, Indigo, that was lovely. And especially since we call, February the love month, which I really have a issue with. I think every month should be love month. Every day should be love day. Every hour should be love hour. So let's see. Well, there's usually three that come through. So this Archangel Shammel. Oh, wow. I love Archangel Shammel. She came through for me in a reading recently to go back into stillness and serenity more. I'm really on output right now with some new clients and lots of new events that are happening in the inner leader movement. And they're saying, Lisa, be careful. As much as you go on output, you have to retreat into stillness and meditation and reactivate. Well, the archangels are coming through very, very strong today. Okay, we have Archangel Zacchael. I love this symbol. These are the three layers: above, within, and earth below. And they hold your soul in this beautiful, deep purple energy of your higher self. So isn't that amazing how the angels come through with these messages to support the wisdom within? And this is an important one because Archangel Zacchael and Archangel Shammel are working together, because Archangel Zacchael is saying forgiveness, okay, redeem. So the mantra is, with your help, I forgive and I redeem. So what are you holding on to? What forgiveness, what resentment, what harboring thoughts, recurring thoughts that are going through the mind control? Well, they did this to me, or I gave this to them and they didn't give back to me. That's not loving unconditionally. That's loving with conditions. If I give, I should receive back. And that's where we kind of got messed up with what love is here on earth. But Zacchael saying, with my help, yourself up for where you are today. You're right where you're supposed to be. Okay. And they work together, forgiveness and love. And then there was several that came out, but the next one, there's three. We work with three angels with the mantra. Don't you love this one? The angel for faith and trust. Look at this beautiful, beautiful symbol. This represents your soul in the middle being held by the north, south, east, west compass of your heart. So you can see how these all three work together. They always come in harmony and synchronization with each other. So the angel for faith and trust says, I have faith and trust that everything in my life is meaningful and right for me. And so this is so true. This angel saying, yes, you're right where you're supposed to be, but look at where you are. And if there are habits that you have that are restricting you from your growth, if there are habits you have that are restricting you from taking care of your physical body, this body is truly miraculous. It can heal itself. It can activate so many different beautiful synchronicities for us as it carries our soul and our beautiful heart's intelligence. So this angel is saying, this is about having the faith and trust in your power, because the power within you is the power that you've been searching outside of you. And it's in you. You have the power to change. You have the power to change these obsolete. Isn't it interesting? The angels use the word obsolete, no longer needed, not even in alignment with the frequency and vibration of today's the energy and consciousness that we have access to. The non-growth habits. I was puzzled by that term, non-growth. I'm like, is there another term that I should be using? They're like, no, if you're in fear, you're not growing. So get out of fear. So thank you, dear angels. Thank you, dear Indigo, for bringing forth these beautiful angels. I love, look at the colors. Look at the rainbow of colors and the orbs. So activate these colors in your life, the deep, deep violet of the violet flame to burn away any fear, to burn away any unforgiveness or resentment. Archangel Zacchael can help you with that. And then Shamala is just all about love. Look at that. Just activate love in everything that you say, do. In the Inner Leader movement this year, we are focusing on the higher power of love, what it feels like to be without a human body in light and experiencing this love. I have lots of stories about what's coming through with that. And Archangel Shamal is one of those love meters, giving us kind of a reading of where are you with your self-love? Where are you in loving others? And one of the statements that the angels gave us to say is, in everything that you do, like if you have a transaction, I just changed my business structure. And the angels kept saying, what would love do? Do this in the name of love. So when I asked what would love do, they said, you need to change your business structure. So then it was very frustrating. It was a lot more complicated than I thought because I was set up as a corporation. And every time I started to get frustrated, they're like, whoa, 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 Lisa, put love into it. Put love into it. Bless the certified letter that goes off to the IRS. Bless the letter that goes off to the state of California. Do it in love. Saturate this ending of this old business structure that no longer serves you and bring in the love for the new. Very, very powerful. What would love do in everything that you say or do? And then, of course, here is the number one. Look at the number on this oracle. The number one vibration. The angel of faith and trust is bringing in, have faith in yourself and trust in this higher power of who you are. It's not outside of you. There are resources outside of us in light that help activate this power within, but it's here. It's all here. Okay. This was a juicy one. And so if you, I'll probably be doing about an hour little webinar on this because there's so many facets to this beautiful wisdom within mantra. I'll be getting more downloads, more guidance. I'm bringing forth information about how we can activate that wisdom within on the Patreon page. So please feel free to join us there. And it's also a very good time in this month of love and self-love that we put out there, which is important. I'm not discounting it because the more people that tap into this vibration of love and celebrate Valentine's Day, the higher the frequency becomes and the energy becomes, and it helps remove the fear. So yeah, please tap into that. But this is a good time. It's a good time to do a reading, an intuitive transmission to make sure that your heart and your chakras are all clear so that you can receive this high power of love from your above resources and from your earth resources, and mostly from the resource from within your beautiful heart and soul. So thank you for joining in. We love you. We send you our love and light, and we wish you the greatest week ahead for moving through fear, rising above it, and using the power of love in your daily living. See you next week. Say goodbye, Indigo. She's got her focus on what's going on outside. Say goodbye. Say bye. I love you. Say I love you. See her pretty beautiful blue eyes. Okay, there she goes. We love you. Take good care. Bye.